This episode is presented in partnership with Mister. Listen, if you can prep for a set, you can prep for your health too. Mister is making it easy with free access to Prep and DoxyPep. Yep, free. No cost, just delivered to you right at your door. Go to Mister.com and get what you need to stay ready.
I was broke, and I look back at it and I'm like, it had nothing. It was only God, how I got where I got and taken care of and all the things. And my mama, shout out to her because she was also holding it down. It was already 120 pounds. I remember I had to lose 20 pounds, which was hard because it was all muscle. Like the things that I endured just to keep the image and do what I needed to do. Now I'm a DJ. I could do whatever I want. I was getting paid very well. I had my cute little apartment in Harlem. I was living my best life. And that's when I was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna go. This is the direction. Being a DJ is an actual job and an actual skill. And it's not just in the DJ world, it's in all industries. I think that with the internet and all kinds of things, we live in a very fast-paced, microwaved world where people just want to wake up one day and be it, which is fine. That's the first thing you need. You need the confidence to want to do it.
Right.
But then you have to go do the work.
Right.
We are on the devil's playground.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
We're not only on the devil's playground, but we're feeding into, and you can contest this, we're feeding into people's ego, people's lust. Like when you're in the nightlife, you know what I mean? There's alcohol, there's drugs, there's all this thing, which is fine. Right. But when it's a lot happening every single day, you have to find a way to be able to make sure that you're not just lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, welcome to Sound Check with your boy, Brandon Anthony, where the beats are deep, the stories are real, and the sound is always front and center. Okay, so today's guest, I am so happy that she's here. She's one of my good friends and one of the longest DJs that I've known since I started for about over a decade, not to tell our age. So let me introduce you to our guest for this evening. She's a true architect of experience, a DJ, a performer, a creative visionary who's built a brand that's as intentional as it is unforgettable. Born and raised right here in Los Angeles, she's been immersed in performance since the age of 4, starting with dance and evolving into a multidimensional career spanning music, fashion, hosting, and cultural curation. She's played stages from coast to coast and built a bold visual brand that's instantly recognizable. Whether she's behind the deck or in front of the camera, her presence is magnetic and beautiful, by the way. Her style is iconic, and her commitment to authenticity sets her apart. Please welcome to the show my sister, my good sister, Asia Shabazz.
Oh, that was so sweet.
What's up, boo?
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, you almost made me emotional. The edification.
We had all that, huh?
Let's go.
How are you?
I'm amazing.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is so great.
Thank you.
I'm just so happy for you. It
Thank
just
you.
makes all the sense.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. So let's get into some things.
Let's get into it.
Perfect. So before we get into your journey, I want to know what brings you joy. Is it creatively or something else?
It's just moment by moment. I'm a very moment by moment girl. I can find joy in all the things, whether I'm listening to a podcast, getting ready in the morning, whether or not my kid says something really funny when we're getting ready for school, whether or not seeing you come in here looking amazing and fabulous. And I'm, so.
You put your extra beat on for me, and I appreciate that.
I know the girls is going to be watching, so I have to make sure. But yeah, I try and be very in the moment and live by that and not necessarily focus on expectation.
Yeah. Was there a recent moment in front of the crowd or behind the decks or even social where you felt fully in alignment with your brand?
I've actually been having them more so on the producer side of things.
Okay.
So, being able to be in front of the camera and behind the decks and, all of it, I enjoy creating spaces that are intentional. And I love the moment where I feel like all the dots connect in aspects of like, if we're doing an event and the person is their authentic self and their event is aligned with who they are and the people that are showing up in the community that's showing up, and then the music that's being played, you can look around the room and you feel the energy. That's when I'm like, okay, this is it. This is the entire curation,
Absolutely. But I know that your journey didn't quite start there. Let's take it back to the earlier days and talk about how this all began for you. What came first for you? Was it DJing, dancing, hosting, acting, or fashion?
It was dancing. Dancing was my first
Let's
love.
talk about that.
Yes.
How old were you?
I was 4 years old. As you know, I'm from here, LA native. So Hollywood has always been in my backyard, right? So it's a very funny joke. Like, if you are from LA, you've at least been in one girl group. You've been in at least one extra scene on a TV show.
Okay.
You've done something just because it's there, you
Absolutely.
know? And so I did start off classically trained. So I was doing tap, ballet, jazz. I wasn't even doing hip hop. And then what happened was I was turning around 11 and it was time for me to go to point. And my mom was like, "You're not about to mess up your toes." So I had to pivot.
that.
Okay?
Right, okay.
And that's when I got introduced to hip hop
Okay.
and breakdancing and all those things. And so then I got into commercial dance. And
Okay.
so, you know, really to tell my age, I was dancing for people like Little Romeo and doing things like that. And then through that, you know, I started doing commercials and things of that nature. And yeah, like dance for me was just, it just made sense. You know, it allowed me to really feel music in a way that I could express it and see it visually and through sonically. And it was just, yeah.
Was dance something that was it a hobby that you wanted to do, or was it something like your parents put you in and then you just grew a love for it?
Well, the story is that I used to, you know, he used to like sing in the mirror and stuff at home. And so I would get down to, what's Mariah Carey's black and white album? Fantasy album. It had My All on there.
Okay.
One Sweet Day, all those. And my cousin actually told my mom, "You should put her into dance." And so from there, that's just where it started.
Well,
My
shout
mom
out to
was
the
like,
cousin.
Okay, that's why I said, I'm like, girl, if it wasn't for you, you know?
She was your manager before you even knew it.
Exactly. In more ways than one,
Yeah,
okay?
when did it shift for you from a creative passion to a personal brand?
So I went from dancing and then I then leaped into the music industry.
Okay.
And that was by happenstance. So I was dancing at the infamous Millennium, which back in the day was called Moral Dance Complex.
Legendary.
Yes, very, very legendary with Shane Sparks, Wade Robson, all of those people. And someone approached me and was like, "Hey, I want you to be in a girl group." And they were like, "You don't have to sing. You could just be pretty and dance." And I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, that sounds fun. And then through that experience, I realized I was like, oh, like, because the dancer's life is hard. People don't talk about that enough. Like, you're rehearsing and the gruesomeness on your body and the physicality and all of that. Your rehearsals are like 20-hour days.
You're like rehearsing more than an artist,
More than the
right?
artist,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And so when I got a taste of being the artist,
Yeah.
I was like,
And can dance?
yeah, so I was like, I don't want to be the dancer. I don't want to be the backup dancer anymore. I want to be in front. Okay.
Absolutely.
And so then that shifted to me wanting to be an artist. But the kind of person that I am, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm just going to be an artist. It was like, I'm going to really take this serious.
Yeah.
I take everything that I do serious,
Absolutely.
you know? And so like I actually value artistry. And so for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to do vocal lessons. I'm going to do all of that. That's how I met Stevie Mackey. And people don't know, but I'm his first vocal student because of that.
Wow.
Yeah. And so,
You know, I actually remember that.
yeah, it was a time.
Yeah.
That was a time. So yeah, so then I transitioned into that part of the world, and that was fun. The thing about it was, at the end of the day, I wasn't making no money.
Okay.
Like I was a struggling artist,
Right.
you know, and it was like, yeah, I'm following my dreams and I'm doing all of this, but I was broke, you know, and I look back at it and I'm like, it had nothing. It was only God, how I got where I got and taken care of and all the things. And my mama, shout out to her because she was also holding it down. But I'm like, I look back at all the things that I accomplished off of pennies, you know?
Yeah.
And so long story short, I got my record deal. I moved to New York, and all that glitters isn't gold happened for me. It was literally like I had a single out with Fetty Wap when he was at his peak of his moment. And I thought like, okay, I have everything that I've been praying for. I was touring and doing all this stuff, and I was the unhappiest I had ever been, and literally like the darkest time of my life.
Yeah.
And so for me, I wanted to get out of the deal, but I wanted to stay in New York. I loved New York, and I loved just the energy and the culture and everything. And along the way, again, I'm a sponge. I pick up all kinds of things. When I was an artist, my really, really good friend was a DJ. And so when I would be at the house, he worked with a producer named Hit Boy. And so they would have like crazy parties at the house. And my friend worked with him, but he was also a DJ. So they would throw these parties throughout the day, throughout the night. And so I would get on the decks. You know what I mean? Like I would get on the decks and I would learn. And my other friend,
DJing then.
I wasn't DJing.
Oh,
I was still an artist because I was at the house like being on my artist tip,
Right.
But I was still a sponge. So I'll be like, well, let me see, And so Casanova, that's his name, and DJ Night Train, they would all be there, and DJ Goofy, and I would just be asking questions. What does that do? What does that do? And so they showed me, and I had this nickname where I used to call myself DJ Asian Persuasion. So at the parties, I'll be like, let me get on, let me get on. It would just be a house party. They wouldn't care.
Right.
So I'll be on the mic like DJ Asian Persuasion, And so I picked up DJing, but I never took it serious.
Right.
So now fast forward back to New York. I'm miserable. I'm unhappy. And we had just did a promo run because it's a single with Fetty Wap. And I was confiding in one of my label reps, and I was just like, I'm really unhappy and I don't want to be here anymore. And she was like, well, look, let's go and pitch you as a DJ to the same clubs we just did for you as an artist and see what happens.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, because I just wanted out. I loved music, but I didn't want to be of it anymore. I wanted to be in it and not of it,
Yeah.
And when I say like the fruits started fruiting, like obviously they're like, oh, she DJs too, you know?
Right.
And so really what happened was I started making money.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm making more money doing this than I've been doing my whole life.
And I don't have to break a sweat.
I don't
and
have
dance
to, and it's on my terms.
On your
I
own
don't have
terms.
to answer to anybody. I don't have to. It was very insane. I had to lose 20 pounds. I was already 120.
Right. I was about to say,
I was
always
already,
been a tiny girl.
I was already 120 pounds. I remember I had to lose 20 pounds, which was hard because it was all muscle. Like the things that I endured just to keep the image and do what I needed to do. Now I'm a DJ. I could do whatever I want.
You want.
I was getting paid very well. I had my cute little apartment in Harlem. I was living my best life. And that's when I was like, okay, this is where I'm going to go. This is the direction.
And that's what's called pivot to score. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you were able to pivot and still score points. You know what I'm saying? More points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%.
And it's so funny that I didn't even realize, because I remember you moving to New York, and it really puts things into perspective of how long I've been knowing you. Because when I first met you, you were living in LA. And then I remember you taking that journey to New York and coming back like, bitch, I'm back. You know what I mean? Now, being from LA, though, I wanted to know what about LA shaped you creatively and your ability to actually like command space?
LA is made up of a lot of people that aren't from here.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And it's no shade,
Sorry.
no tea, none of that. Right. Like I embrace it. It's part of what makes Los Angeles what it is.
Yeah.
However, the con to that is people who aren't from here come here thinking that LA is this way. And so they already come with these preconceived notions and they behave in a way that they think is the LA way.
Absolutely.
And because of that, as natives, we can sniff it out right away. And it doesn't mean that everybody that's not from here acts that way.
Right.
It just means that that's the overall census of what it brings. That's the when people are like, oh, LA or anything negative, I feel like people have to say, I'm like, we didn't do it.
Right,
I'm like, it's the ones that
y'all
came
in here
here.
and tainted the water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I think that for me, I enjoy being able to see through that and move authentically, right? I enjoy being able to experience real authentic moments. And I think for that, that's the importance of being in this space, because where else in LA, where else in the world are you going to be able to go to the beach and then go up to Big Bear and the mountain and go snowboarding?
Right.
Where in the world are you able to go and find these pocket, communities of homes and parks, and you can literally do anything. LA is so big. There's millions of people in this one city. And unfortunately, it gets tainted by, the mess of things.
Yes.
And so I don't even remember the question anymore, but I feel like for me, one of the superpowers, and that just comes from being from here, is being able to weed it out, and show people like what it's really about. Like I tell I have lots of friends that aren't from here. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
And
Yeah,
my
yeah.
favorite thing to my favorite advice, I should say, to people that aren't from here is go find somebody that's from LA.
I was just about to say that. I think that some of my most like loving friends, right, are people that are from LA. Because being from New Orleans, you get that hospitality, you get that, you know what I'm saying, that closeness, you know what I'm saying, in people, and you have to be with people from LA that really gets it, that really understands. To your point, all this hoopla don't even matter.
It doesn't matter.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're still people, we're still family, you know what I'm saying? And we still have a good time.
Yeah, and we can have all the good times. You don't just, and that's the thing too, you don't just have to go south of the 10 freeway. You don't LA is beautiful all around.
Is.
Los
It really
Angeles
is.
has so
It
many
really
beautiful
is.
places, so many different people, so many different cultures. Again, it's just like what you're attracting
Yeah,
in your life.
absolutely.
So again, my favorite advice is find somebody that's from here if
Yep.
you really want to learn LA and be around authentic, good people.
I agree with that. With that. Now, you've built a brand that feels authentic and elevated. Let's talk about the real work behind what it takes to do that.
Ooh.
Okay. What's something people often get wrong or overlook when they talk about branding themselves as a DJ?
We ain't got that much time. So let me find the bullet points that for me matter. I
Okay.
think that one is really understanding that being a DJ is an actual job and an actual skill. Like, you know, and it's not just in the DJ world, it's in all industries. I think that with the internet and all kinds of things, we live in a very fast-paced, microwaved world
Yeah.
where people just want to wake up one day and be it, which is fine. That's the first thing you need. You need the confidence to want to do it.
Right.
But then you have to go do the work.
Right.
And
Right.
so I think that what we miss is like the artist development of things, you know, like really taking the time to learn how to DJ, really taking the time to learn music,
Right.
really taking time to understand etiquette.
Yeah.
You know, you get people that come into industries or come into this world and they just think, oh, well, I know music and oh, I'm cute, or oh, I know this person, or oh, you know, I learned how to sync my music and I can play a couple of records. They think that's it. And it's
Yeah.
like, there's so much more to that.
Right.
How are you as a person when you walk in the room?
Right.
Are you somebody that's easy to work with? Are you, you know what I mean? Not only like your talent's going to get you in the door, but like, or who you know can get you through the door, but your talent is what's going to have you actually stay.
Yes.
You know? And so I
Yes.
think a lot of
Yes.
people ruin that. And
Yes.
so that to me is like the biggest thing, really, really honing in on the craft of DJing and understanding, like I said, etiquette, you know,
Yes.
and even business etiquette, like, and also self-worth,
Yes.
you know? So
Yes.
there's
I
many-
think that you mastered both in terms of talent and personality. I think that for you, your talent definitely speaks for itself, but I think that your personality, it definitely it's a bonus in the room because the way you are also a master connector and what you do, you know, people can trust you. You know what I'm saying? If they know that if you say, hey, Bob, you should be knowing Tom, you know what I'm saying? Tom know that Bob is good people, you know what I mean? And when you walk into the room, you own that space and you're instantly lovable. You know what I mean? And it's actually enjoyable to actually watch you work a room. You know what I mean? So kudos to you, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
important. That really is, because all this is cool, but it's like, what really matters at
Exactly.
the end of the day.
What's one visual or style decision you made that turned out to be pivotal in how people perceive you?
All of it. Okay. You know, here's the thing. So because I'm from here, you know, people have known me my whole life.
Right.
And so I think there's an advantage, which I learned with moving to New York, not being from the place, because you don't have to prove to anybody anything.
Right.
So one of the many, many hardships that I endured like the first couple of decades of my life was every time I wanted to pivot, right? So music has always been, I always say, is my canvas.
Absolutely.
And then I've just picked up different paintbrushes along the way. So, you know, my first paintbrush was dancing, you know, and then it was singing, and then it became DJing. But like every time I shifted into that, I then had to prove to all the people that knew me as a dancer that I can sing now.
Yeah.
And then when I decided I wanted to be a singer, I had to prove, you know, and it just
Yeah.
went on and on.
That's
and
a true artist.
and it was so draining that now I'm in a space where I'm like, Fuck all them. Okay, I'm like, I'm gonna do
Check
what I
the
want.
credentials.
I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want to do
Right.
when I want to do it, But that was really, really hard to endure, especially at such a young age. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So how am I trying to figure out? And I have to now explain to you something that I'm trying to figure out.
Right.
It was just a lot, and you're dealing with a confidence thing, which later on in life I realized I was just all ego. So once I put that to bed, I was like, cool, we good,
Yeah. Once you put the ego aside,
Right.
and you have the credentials. After that, it's just
yeah,
like,
I worked my butt
yeah.
out, honey. I did my
It speaks for
10,000
itself.
hours and some.
Was there a moment where you realized your look and your sound had finally caught up with each other?
Yes.
Okay.
I had a moment. Okay, so I just love being a performer, right? And
Mhm.
so the beautiful thing about DJing is for me, the reason why I feel like I took to that, and not only because I was making money, but why I really felt like this is me, is because I was able to be a performer without the ego. Like, I'm not, yes, I am conducting this room and curating this space, but I'm not the face.
Right.
And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed having control,
Yeah.
right? But not having to, do all the dancing for the people. And so I was helping the people dance,
Right.
And so I enjoy being a performer. So there was a festival in Texas. I think it was called like Bamboo Festival or something. And I was DJing for an artist. And I remember I would always open up the show and get the crowd hyped. And this was probably one of our bigger festivals. It had to be about like 20,000 people there. And I just remember getting out on stage, hitting play, getting the mic, and something came over me, and I just literally went out into the audience. And it was like this just moment. And I wasn't going out as the artist. I was just going out having fun. I was playing music. I felt like I was part of them. I just had the mic.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And then
That's
came
when
back.
the music move you.
Yeah, it was like the spirit left
Yeah.
me or something. But that moment for me was like, I'm putting everything that I've learned and everything that I am all into one, and I'm seeing it, and I'm experiencing it. So that was really cool. Obviously, there's been a lot, but that just stuck out to me.
Is that the reason why sometimes when you DJ you have that that Coyote Ugly component to your DJ sets? Because what people don't know is when Asia DJs, sometimes she has some of her dancers what's the girl?
Go Girls.
Go Girls that go on the bar, and it's a part of her production, her DJ set, and it just adds another element of performance. You know what I'm saying, and production to the party. And so that is something that makes a DJ stand out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I knew when I wanted to be a DJ that I wanted to elevate the experience.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted to bring all of my gifts onto the table. At the time in my life, I had put to bed my ego, and it was just more of like, all right, God, what are all my gifts? And I'm just going to use them. And since you gave me my gifts, I'm going to give it back by using all of them.
Absolutely.
And so that was my goal as a DJ. I was like, I just want to elevate the experience. I want to create a moment for people to be like, wow, that was so much fun. Wow, that was so cool, And so, yeah, Go Girls are great. It's a great time. It's a great experience.
You guys have to check it out when she's DJing.
Yes,
it brings another element to the night for sure. Now, the booth is one version of you, but obviously, I know this, there's a whole ecosystem behind this brand. Let's talk about how you manage all the other spaces that you live in. You wear so many hats. Like we said, you are a DJ, you are an actor, you are a dancer, a host, a curator, creative. How do you keep your voice clear in the mix of all those things?
Okay, I either cry or pray. Whichever one's gonna come
They
first.
both gonna work too.
Exactly. It's a lot of tears. It's a lot of prayer. I'm extremely structured. So everything that I do, I am like calendar to the T, down to if we're having lunch one day, it's because it got put in a calendar. And I have different calendars for all the different hats that I wear. My son has a calendar. My DJ has a calendar. My producer, everything has different calendars. And so that has to start off one, because what that allows me to do is set boundaries. Right. Because, if I have this happening at this time, I can't then say yes to this. Right. So that's one. Second, it always comes back to what's my intention here and where am I going with this? And so I have to know that with them, have that conversation with myself first before I walk into any room, because me and me already had a talk.
Right.
And so when somebody else comes in the conversation between me and me gonna stand on whatever we agreed on. Yeah, you know?
Right.
And from there, so it's not easy, but it allows the conversation to be more intentional, and I don't get caught up in the fog that can happen when you have other people, you know, trying to sway you left and right and whatever.
I agree with that. What's the hardest part about maintaining a brand and being present in real life?
Ooh, calendar. No, it's honestly really true. I have different pillars that I have to feed every day.
Yeah.
So one is my motherhood. Okay. So I am very, very hands-on with my son.
And that's
I
first
am
and foremost.
first and foremost. And I don't care who, what, when, where, how, or why.
Absolutely.
So I'm a room mom, right? So that means that it is my job to sit here and communicate from the parents to the teacher. Because of the fact that I do have a very rigorous schedule, by me being a room mom, it allows me to be more involved in my son's life and involved in his schooling and things of that nature. You know, me and the principal are on speed dial.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. We'll also tell you that they need playlists and stuff every now and then for the school things. So I hook them up. You know, yes, I donated speakers or two
Love
to
that.
the school.
I love that.
But yeah, so for me, I have my pillars. So motherhood is one. I don't budge on that. My self-love is another. It's an ongoing joke in my friendships and with my family, because they say that I'm high maintenance, but I don't care. But I get weekly massages, okay? Because
You deserve those.
And do. It's a lifestyle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so I get weekly massages. I work out 5 times a week. That's also non-negotiable for me. Whatever I have scheduled or planned, my fitness is going to be in there, because I have to show up and look good, honey. You know,
longevity too, right?
Exactly.
You have a son to show up for all the
and
time.
mental health,
mental
you know,
health, for
and
sure.
so I prioritize those things that make sense for me. And then, you know, I do a check-in with myself. If I'm feeling off, you know, I have to be like, all right, what do I need to give less of, and what do I need to give more of, you know? And that can even start with my day. Like I wake up 30 minutes to an hour every day earlier before my child, so that I can pray, so that I can meditate, so that I can read.
Love that.
Because if I don't fill my cup up first, there's no way that I'm gonna be able to pour into anybody else.
That.
Yeah. So those things for me, non-negotiables.
Even with the wellness panel that you and Aaron and Stevie do, like that is very important to ourselves, especially being a creative in LA. You have to make sure that yourself is good first before you're able to deliver.
We are on the devil's playground.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
We're not only on the devil's playground, but we're feeding into, and you can contest this, we're feeding into people's ego, people's lust. Like when you're in the nightlife, you know what I mean? There's alcohol, there's drugs, there's all this thing, which is fine.
Right.
But when it's a lot happening every single day, you have to find a way to be able to make sure that you're not just lost in the sauce. You know?
You have to find some type of balance for sure. Okay, so now that we got that out, the hard part out the way, we're going to play a quick and cute game, okay? I call it drop it or keep it.
Cute.
So I'll read a phrase, and you tell us whether you'll drop it, like let it go, or keep it, like you're right with it.
Okay.
Merch with your DJ name on it.
Keep it. Yeah. Okay, make that coin.
You know, it's so fun. And I was talking to our executive producer, Javarius, and I was saying that I think it's so cool that your logo has your face on it, and because you're so pretty, anybody will rock that merch.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause it's on brand.
Right,
You know
it's
what I
very,
mean?
very on brand. Yeah. It's funny because I recently transitioned. I don't have that logo anymore.
Okay.
But I'm here for that. Like, how else are people going to remember and know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
do you sell your merch?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't, but I should. But it's
Yeah.
just another thing to add to the list of things to do, you know?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, then what about QR codes on the DJ booth?
Keep it. Like, it's just to get to your website or your whatever.
Tips.
Cash App. Okay,
Exactly.
Venmo.
Exactly.
Keep it. Whatever works.
Okay. Branded DJ drops.
It depends.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, to each his own. I just can't stand the. It's like, what? I can't even hear the song anymore.
Right,
you know, it
right.
depends how you use it. But I get it, because how else are people gonna know that it's you spinning? You
Right,
know,
right.
But it does allow me. It makes me enjoy when I hear really good.
Like drops.
Yeah, exactly. Because then I'm like, all right, that was cute.
That was cute, right?
Uh-huh.
Especially when they're properly placed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, when
yeah.
it's done right, it's like okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's annoying.
What about TikTok promo reels?
I'm here for it. Keep
Okay.
it. Keep it. Keep it. Keep it.
Keep it.
Yeah.
Booking a glam team before a club night.
What's the budget of the club night? How you
How
got a glam team if the budget is there? Get to it, sis.
You
Keep
said
it.
if you got it, keep it.
If you got it, keep it. Okay.
What about all black DJ fits, or just having a certain look when you are DJing, or just showing up just since you're not like in front? You know what I'm saying?
Right. I love a look.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
I'm here for a look. I do still think that, you know what I mean? You are who you are. So, and also like it just, you put effort into who you are. So nah, we gone. What's the other one? If it's not keep it, it's
Drop it.
Drop it.
Okay.
Put on a look. Put on your nice shirt. Do something.
Do something. Okay. What about booking based on your Instagram and not your talent?
Oh, so many things. I say drop it.
Drop
It's
it.
so annoying.
Right. Because to your point though, just because you have some good music on your playlist, right, and you got some type of followers on
Right.
Instagram,
It doesn't
right,
mean you're
like
good.
doesn't mean you're good, right? Because would you say it's all about transitions that really make a good DJ?
Transitions, musicality, knowing how to read the room.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, all of that. But I will say this, like a lot of those DJs that get booked off of their following that aren't good, they're not asked back.
Okay.
So,
Actually, that's true. I mean, speaking as a promoter, yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you're right. Okay, now that we had a little fun,
yes.
let's get into the soul behind it all just for a second, okay?
Yes.
What do you want people to feel after seeing or hearing a set from you?
Something that's just connected to joy, aspiration, feel good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, okay.
really, that's it.
Okay, now what part of Asia Shabazz's story still feels untold?
Many of things.
Let's talk about it. We got a second. If you could give me one.
I think I would love to share more of the business side of things.
Okay.
You know, I always talk about the journey of coming here and things of that nature, but like really talking about the business, you know, being a homeowner and things of that, and not, people don't realize, you know, like this is an actual career. This is how we make a living,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that the financial literacy part of it is really, really important. And I would love to talk about that more. You know?
You should actually do that.
I have actually a whole draft. This is just my brain always going. I have a million ideas all the time. I have
Yeah.
a whole doc of wanting to do a financial literacy like series for creatives and for people of the arts, because it's just
That's
like
so important.
it's just, and it's not something that we're taught.
No,
you know?
and when you're always on the go, you don't actually quite think about it until your 40s.
Yeah.
In your 40s, you're like, oh my God, wait, I could have actually.
Right. We ain't got no 401k.
Right, exactly.
We ain't got
right,
no, you know what I mean? And if you
yeah.
think about it, you've been paying rent all this time. If you add it up, you could have probably bought a home.
Yep.
And that could have been an asset, you know?
I
Lots
agree
of
with-
different things.
I would let me know when you do that
Right,
too. I would love to
right.
be a part of that. Okay, so we have one last question before we wrap, and we ask this question to all of our guests. If you could end every set or performance with one track, what would it be and why?
You can't do that.
We've had so many cool songs. I am dying to hear what you got.
The spirit, God, because it's like, well, where are we? What are we doing?
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Are we on the beach?
For
are we
Asia,
in the club?
for Asia.
I just ended a set on Saturday with where them fans at, and everybody's great.
Do you think you'll be able to end it with that like 10 years from now?
No, remember that one time when I started one of our sets with Candy? Remember Candy had that legs, hips, whatever?
Yeah,
Remember?
body, yeah.
I started one of my sets for your nights with that.
But that actually set the tone because it's like, hold on, she actually has personality. This is going to be a fun ride.
Right, it was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe.
What's your favorite song?
I don't have a favorite song.
Okay.
Oh, they're all my favorite.
Okay.
I don't know. Prince, Diamonds and Pearls. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I'm just like, it could be anything. It could
Okay.
literally be anything. I can't do that.
You can't do that?
Oh, I can't do it.
You're the first guest that said they can't do
I
that.
can't
you
do
Okay, I'm going to
it.
let you slide with that one.
I don't want
You want
to.
to think about it again?
Let me think.
Okay. Just like one, like I want.
Okay, we could just be cliche because
Okay.
I like to sing. I like to have a good time. We could do a Tevin Campbell. Can we talk?
That's perfect.
You know,
Yes.
a nice
End them off on a good note.
Right.
Grab your best friend's hand,
Yes.
sing along. Yeah.
Can we
Yeah. And it
talk?
ends off in a positive note because certain atmospheres, after you didn't hit them over the head with so much like hip hop and stuff, when you end off with something like that,
Yeah.
they kind of leave on a positive note, on a
Yes.
good tone. They're not
Feel
outside
good.
feeling rah.
Yeah, feeling rah-rah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Okay.
Thank you so much, sis.
Yes, of course.
I appreciate you for joining us. Now, before you go, we want to give you your flowers and the floor, literally, okay? Do you mind blessing us with a signature Asia Shabazz set?
Of course. I would love to.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Now, whether you're tuning in or staying for the full ride, here's the sound of Asia Shabazz live in the mix right here on Soundcheck.
The word says no weapon formed against me shall prosper. The word doesn't say that the weapon won't be formed. The word doesn't say that the intention of the weapon maker won't be to harm you. The word doesn't say that they won't attempt to use it. The word says no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So no matter what they think, no matter what they make, no matter what they try, by the power of the word, we are covered. We humble ourselves before you. We praise your name and give you the glory. We praise your name and give you the glory. We praise your name and give you the glory. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen. Amen.
like I can make it. The storm is over now.
No more cloudy days. They're all gone away. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. Can you help me say?
I wish I had a witness tonight. All I need is one. He's all. With everyone else around me, yeah. Oh, they only see the worst in me. Does anybody have that testimony? When folk poked you off, said you would never make it, what did he see? He saw the best in me. When everyone else around me, yeah. Oh, everyone else, they only see the worst in me. Can I tell y'all one more thing? I just need to tell you one more thing. See, he's mine, and I am his. It doesn't matter what I feel.